Hi, welcome back to our class. Okay, so today we will continue with chapter 2, time management and effective telephone communication. Okay, so first let's take a look on time management. Okay, so you need to plan your activities to gain better control over how time is spent. Okay, and then you need to analyzing how you spend your time that will increase productivity and effectiveness in managing work. Okay, so you sometimes words hours are not always productive, so you might not even realize that you are wasting your time. So in actual you are a time management person, so you need to plan your activities to ensure you achieve the objective of your goals. Okay, so there are 5 common time waster. Okay, so this is the common time waster. First, unnecessary telephone conversations, frequent interruptions, excessive socializing, ineffective communications, and disorganization. Okay, so next slide, kita akan tengok more details for each common time wasters. Okay, so first common time waster is unnecessary telephone conversations. Okay, so telephone can be either a time saver or a time waster. Sometimes we didn't realize that phone call that we are received more go for a time waster. Okay, so for example, an office worker takes 10 minutes to verify price information about by telephone, and at the same time takes another 5 minutes to discuss the latest episode of favorite movies. Okay, so you can see the conversation is become from time saver to time waster. Okay, so a conversation become productively ends by wasting time. Okay, so kat situ kita boleh nampak sometimes when we are talking through a phone, we did not realize we add another things yang boleh menyebabkan jadi time waster. Okay, so second is frequent interruptions. Okay, so an interruption is a person, sound or events that stop you from completing words. Okay, so sometimes it's unplanned visit or phone calls, like question from coworkers and delays in receiving words. Okay, sometimes kan benda-benda macam tu lah, bila kita tengah buat kerja ke, kita dapat phone call ke, dapat someone yang datang nak sembang ke. Okay, so question from customer or co-workers related to work are not time wasted. Okay, so yang related to our current job are not time wasted, but other than that kita consider as time wasted. Okay, so third common time waster is excessive socializing. Okay, sometimes we have too much socializing may contribute to misuse of company's time. Okay, so some workers may socialize excessively. So to ensure you are not in a time as a time waster, so you need to avoid engaging in long conversation with them. Okay, so kadang-kadang kita kena identify lah, okay, conversation tu related to our work or not. If not related, so you need to avoid. Okay, and then fourth is ineffective communications. Okay, so if the information given or received by you is inaccurate or incomplete, lost time and money can be result of the poor communication. Okay, so sometimes information kita receive tu salah ke, tak betul ke, so benda tu akan buat kita buang masa untuk kita bersembang. Okay, so be certain of information you give others is specific and accurate. So ensure, please make sure you need to ensure that information that you are try to give to another, okay, adalah specific and accurate. Okay, and then you need to ask for feedback to make sure the message is clear and complete. Okay, sometimes when we are sharing the informations, people not receive as what as we want. Okay, so we need to get the feedback to make sure the message is clear and complete, or else dia akan jadi ineffective communication. Okay, so the fifth common time waster is disorganization. Okay, so when we are being a disorganized person, okay, when we are searching for paper, you just had in your hands, okay, forgetting important deadline and shifting unnecessarily from one project to another are signs of disorganized person. Okay, sometimes paper tu dah memang dekat tangan, tapi sometimes kita lupa, kita tak tahu dia punya deadline, kita confused dengan another task yang lain. Okay, so tu maknanya kita ni adalah disorganized. Okay, and then you need to take time to organize work area. Okay, so you need to prioritize your work. Ensure you have a tray where you you can identify the documents that you have received. Okay, yang mana yang urgent, yang mana yang boleh kita delay dulu. Okay, avoid jumping from one project to another before finishing the first one. Okay, so you need to, so sebab tu bila kita buat kerja, we need to prioritize our task. Okay, dan kita boleh tahulah, okay, this one need to be complete first, so buat yang tu dulu. Do not jumping from one task to another, sedangkan yang first tu tak siap pun lagi. Okay. Okay, so next is time analysis procedure. Okay, so time is valuable resource that should be used wisely and it cannot be replaced. Kan, time tu kita cannot be replaced, which is yang semalam punya kita nak replace hari ni, so cannot. Okay, so identify the common time waster and the next step is to analyze how you spend your time on the job. Okay, so you need to identify which one is time waster. Okay, sembang dengan colleague ke yang tak related to works ke. Okay, time analysis help you to determine how effectively your time is used. Okay, so you need to analyze on how effective your time is used. Maknanya, okay, contoh from 8 to 10 korang buat kerja apa. Okay, and then another time buat kerja apa. So that one is we call as analysis procedure. Okay, so nanti untuk next slide kita tengok lagi detail. Okay, so to analyze the time, so you need to use time use log. Okay, so time use log, dia kata the definition a log is helpful in analyzing time use. Okay, log tu this example. Okay, if you can see on the screen, this is an example of time log. Okay, so dia kata log is helpful in analyzing time use. Kita nak identify, macam saya kata tadi, kita dah buat timetable from 8 to 10, kita nak buat kerja apa, 10 to 11 buat kerja apa. So this is kind of schedule. Okay. Okay, so you need to keep a time log. Okay, kena simpan. Okay, start by keeping a written record of what you do and how much time is used to complete the activities. Okay, to ensure you have a specific, more accurate time log. Okay, when you are doing time analysis, so you need to record. Okay, write written record of what you do and how much time is used. Okay, record all activities in all time use log and keep it for a day, for several days, or even a week. For example, record telephone calls, meeting, discussion, and etc. Okay, so you can, from that you can analyze. Okay, untuk meeting ni, untuk discussion ni, how much time that you need to use. Okay. Then analyze how you spend your time. By studying the time use log, you are able to identify how time has been used and you are able to spot problem areas quickly. Okay, so from the written record that you have do, so you can analyze. Okay, macam saya kata tadi, berapa lama mana, okay, let's say untuk organize one meeting to complete all the to ask for all the participant nak join meeting ke tak. So kat situ dah tengok lama mana. Okay, kalau untuk 10 orang participant dalam satu meeting, untuk dapatkan confirmation for their attendance, so contoh ambil masa 15 minit contoh untuk by phone call. So kat situ korang dah boleh identify lah. Okay, so when you review the log, you need to follow the points. Okay, so kena follow the points bila kita nak review log tu. During what time of the day I most productive? Okay, how did I lose? Okay, kalau yang most productive bila, yang least productive bila? Okay, then second, how did I lose my time? Okay, macam mana? Okay, macam mana kita hilang masa? Sama ada melalui conversation yang tak perlu ke? Okay, ataupun kita sendiri ke time to use our time untuk tengok sesuatu yang tak berkaitan dengan kerja ke? Okay, and then does a pattern emerge that might show the times when most interruption occurs? Okay, so kita boleh tengok pattern emerge kat mana yang time kita tu yang sangat-sangat ada interruption. Okay, mungkin time dekat-dekat dengan lunch hour ke, masa tu orang dah nak sibuk nak ajak pergi makan ke. Okay, and last, do I think I have used my time wisely? Okay, so korang kena identify benda ni. Okay, then you fikir from the report that have you record. Okay, so you think that your time have been used wisely or not? Okay, so once you have record, then you have analyzed, so you need develop a plan of action. Okay, so you need to determine how well the tasks you complete contribute to meet your work goals. Okay, so you need the activities list in time use log, help to complete your work or develop a different approach to your work that will increase use of times. Okay, sometimes mungkin instead of kita bila macam saya kata tadi, for example bila kita nak dapat confirmation from members who join the meeting kan nak dapat confirmation. Okay, mungkin by phone call tu ambil masa 15 minit untuk 5 orang contoh okay, and then tapi so kita boleh determine kita nak improve kita punya time, so instead of by phone call kita just email. Okay, so email kita just mungkin ambil masa 2-3 minit untuk draft email and then send it, dan kita just tunggu untuk dia punya feedback. So kat situ kita boleh reduce our time daripada time waster kepada more lagi produktif. Okay, so next you need to manage your work. Okay, so you need to use calendar and time management system that will help you identify busy and slow work periods. You may know more productive use of time and for more even workload. Okay, so kat situ kita boleh nampak lah when you are using calendar or time management, kita boleh tengok dekat mana kita punya productive time ataupun kat mana kita ada banyak workload. Okay, so to accommodate a peak period, so you need to determine what jobs could be completed in advance and catch up on those tasks that do not have deadlines. Okay, so sometimes ada peak period yang kita macam tiba-tiba dapat banyak kerja. So kat situ lah korang kena, you need to identify which one come first yang ada deadline dan yang mana yang kita boleh hold dulu yang tak memerlukan deadline cepat. Okay, so in manage your work, you need to plan your work activities. Okay, so planning your activities may help you to remember all tasks to be completed. Okay, sebab bila kita plan, of course lah kita ingatkan kan nak buat kerja apa. Okay, and then you need to prepare a list, a task list and follow the listing accordingly to its importance. Okay, sebab tu saya kata we need to identify which one task yang memerlukan kita selesaikan in ASAP. Okay, so and then the list should guide you through your daily activities, and tasks not completed can be carried over the next day list. Okay, so daripada list tu lah kita boleh tengok dan dia boleh guide which task yang perlu kita complete ataupun yang mana yang tak complete lagi, and then kita boleh carry over untuk the next day lah. Okay, okay, PIM, which is Personal Information Management. Okay, it's a software for managing appointments, contract and tasks that allow employees to manage appointments, schedule tasks and other functions. Okay, so PIM ni lah, which is a Personal Information Management System yang help the employees to manage the appointment, a contract that allow employees to manage appointment and schedule tasks. Okay, dia kind of like macam calendar, okay, untuk kita identify, okay, kita punya task. Okay, next is you need to set priorities. Okay, so you need to identify tasks for the day and rank them on your task list. Complete the most important one first. Okay, so this is the following equations that may help you to determine the priority of tasks. Okay, so first you need to ask a question, how much time will the task require? Okay, so kita identify sendiri untuk task ni berapa lama masa yang perlukan. Okay, by what time or by what date time should the task be completed. Okay, and then are others involved in completing the task. Okay, kalau let's say involving other person, so we need to consider the length. Okay, mungkin ambil masa lama sikit bila melibatkan ramai orang. Okay, and then what will happen if this task is not completed on time. Okay, so we need to identify benda tu. Okay, kalau tak siap, apa kesan dia. Okay, and last, do I have all the information to complete the task? Okay, so to ensure you manage to complete the task, so by having this kind of question, so you will complete the task within the time given. Okay, so when you are involving in completing large project, okay, so here is the suggestion for handling a large project. Okay, so first you need to break the large project into smaller tasks. Kan, bila kita dapat satu project besar, okay, so you need to break the large project into smaller, lagi kecilkan dia. Okay, and then you need to determine the step to be taken in each of the smaller tasks. Okay, so once kita dah kecilkan, okay, to achieve this, what is the step? To achieve this, what is the process? Okay, so you need to identify, okay, and then establish deadline for each smaller task and meet those deadline. Okay, so kat situ korang kena make sure each smaller task tu ada deadline dia, and then you have meet the deadline. Okay, and then look for ways to improve your procedure. Okay, dalam proses you complete all the smaller tasks, so you need to always check the process and to improve for the next. Okay, and last is you need to record your procedures and note suggestion to follow in the future for improvements. Okay, so for project that will be repeated periodically. Okay, sometimes bila dekat organisation, we doing the same task, okay, doing the same project, contoh benda tu redundant, berulang. So kat situ you can record the procedure and suggestion yang korang dah tulis dalam setiap proses tu. So in future you apply what you have suggest. Okay, so kat situ kita boleh make sure kita boleh complete a large project tu without a problem. Okay, so usually project management programs are available to help users schedule and manage large project. Okay, so usually kita ada applications, kind of applications. Okay, project management program ni yang boleh kita guna untuk kita schedule ataupun kita manage large project. Kat situ kita boleh tengok lah kita punya deadline. Okay. Okay, so next, you need to simplify your work. Okay, work simplification is the process of improving the procedure for getting work done. Okay, so ingat work simplification ni bila kita involving the process untuk kita improve procedure untuk for getting work done, untuk make sure kita selesaikan kerja kita tu. Okay, so it involve a few steps, okay, and eliminates others. Okay, so first you need to identify your goals. Okay, so goal is to use the most efficient procedure in completing a task. Of course lah, bila kita nak buat satu task, we need to identify our goals. So daripada goals, kita boleh make sure kita go for kita akan buat efficient procedure lah. Okay, then you need to be aware of steps taken in completing a task. Okay, then eliminate any unnecessary step. Okay, once kita dah aware the step, the process, so korang boleh kat situ, daripada situ korang boleh identify yang mana kita boleh eliminate step tu. Okay, next, fourth adalah consider alternative method for completing the task. Okay, sometimes untuk kita settlekan satu kerja tu, you need to consider alternative lain, method lain. Okay, mungkin sebelum ni contohlah buat meeting secara face to face, tapi mungkin sekarang okay, untuk for a new era, kita guna secara online. Okay, and then last, find ways to improve your productivity. Okay, so kat situlah daripada kita identify step taken, eliminate unnecessary, and then use alternative method. So kat situ korang boleh find ways to improve your productivity. Okay, to simplify your work, you need to analyze the workflow. Okay, so consider the information and work assignment you receive to help you analyze the workflow. Sometimes kita kena consider je task yang kita terima tu adalah untuk kita proses, untuk kita analyze proses dia tu. Okay, so so this is kind of questions, okay, to analyze the workflow. Does the workflow or work to my desk make good use of my time and effort? Okay, so bila proses dia yang kita guna, so korang sendiri pun identify adakah proses tu ensure you have good use of your time ataupun effort. Okay, ataupun does the flow of work provide the right information to customer or others outside the company in a timely fashion? Okay, so sometimes proses tu kita kena identify proses tu cepat tak customer boleh dapat information. Okay, next adalah, are the materials and equipment needed to complete my work readily at hand? Okay, adakah bila kita nak settlekan satu kerja tu, all the equipment ataupun information ataupun material yang kita perlu ready tak dekat tangan masa tu? Okay, and then last question is, am I using the features of my office equipment and software to their fullest extent? Okay, sometimes mungkinlah kita lagi prefer nak tengok file yang hardcover, padahal soft copy dah ada dalam database contoh. So kat situ kita boleh identify. Mungkin sebelum ni kita tend to use paper based punya records kan, untuk kita refer data-data lama contoh. Tapi mungkin kita dah ada database, organisation dah prepare database, all the information yang lama pun dah masuk dalam database. So adakah kita make use of office equipment and software in fullest extent? So kita kena identify benda ni. Okay. Okay, to simplify your work, you need some suggestions to do workflow analysis. Okay, so this is the suggestion. First, you need to go and complete similar tasks together. Okay, kalau ada task yang lebih kurang sama, let's say contoh you need to come up with 3 meetings for one project contoh. So kat situ korang groupkan dan complete similar task together lah. Oh ni meeting contoh. So mungkin the participants ataupun orang yang get involved dalam meeting tu adalah orang yang sama. So make it together. Okay. So for example, if you need photocopies of the letters you are preparing, make them at all once rather than making several trips to the copier. Kan? Ni macam contoh yang dibagilah. Bila kita nak buat fotokopi, ada a few dokumen kena buat fotokopi. So identify terus. Instead of satu kopi, nak buat yang ni pergi kat mesin satu, nak buat ni pergi kat mesin satu. So benda tu ambil masa. Okay. And then combine tasks for increased efficiency. So you need to combine tasks. For example, when you plan to leave a request at the record center for a series of file, you need to complete a report. So stop by on your way to lunch if record center is near to your company. Kan? Macam tu maksud dia combine task tu. Kita nak pergi makan dan at the same time kita nak pergi record center untuk dapatkan information. So daripada kita pergi makan, lepas tu kita balik, okay, pukul 3 nanti kita pergi pula record center, padahal dia jalan yang sama, okay, ataupun memang kita akan senang cerita pergi masa yang sama lah. So kat situ kita boleh combine the task. Okay. Third is determine the best way to organize equipment and supplies to complete a task. Okay, so you need to identify this. Here is the example given. Change the placement of the equipment to provide a smoother flow of work to retrieve page from a printer. Sometimes kind of this technology yang kita perlu improve dalam kita punya daily life in office. For example, placement of equipment. Okay, untuk make sure kita retrieve pages from a printer. Kan, kita boleh identify lah equipment mana yang perlu kita guna. Okay, and then last is to ask the help of others when you have an important deadline to meet and the workload is overwhelming. Okay, so you need to be sure to help others workers when the roles are reversed. Okay, so samalah bila kita memerlukan help from other people. So bila orang memerlukan pun kita tolong. So barulah orang akan tolong. Okay, so kat situ you need to identify. Let's say you have a few tasks you need to be completed by today contoh. By 5 PM kena sertakan at least 5 tasks contoh. So kat situlah dah overload kan kita punya kerja. So kita boleh ask for other people lah. So and then to make sure other people help you, so you need to ensure the roles are reversed, which is you pun menolong orang lain. Okay. Okay, so this is when you need to handle information overload. Okay, terlalu banyak information. So you need to provide and receive information in timely manner. Okay, so you need to ensure that information that you need to receive adalah in timely manner. Masa tu je dapat. Okay, tak adalah tiba-tiba esok all the information masuk semua sekali. So kat situ kita susah nak handle bila information overload. Okay, so enter each message, a file or paper just once. Okay, take any needed action immediately if there is appropriate. Okay, let's say memang memerlukan, kita ambil the action. So terus ambil immediate action. Okay, and then add the task to your task list for completion at the proper time. Okay, so in case you have received any task, any additional task, okay, so you just add on your the task to your task list, and then prioritas lah dia punya task time tu. Okay, and then make decision on how to handle every message, piece of paper or file the first time you view it. Okay, so once you have received the message, the information, the records, okay, so you need to make a decision, okay, how you want to handle setiap message yang diterima tu. Okay. Okay, so we are done with time management. Okay, and then followed by common time waster. There are 5 common time waster that have I explained before, and then time analysis procedure. Okay, so which is you need to log all the information or your activities. Okay, and then manage your work, which is you need to set priorities, and last what I have explained, simplify your work. Okay, so for effective telephone communication, we will continue on our next class. Okay, so hopefully you get something from this video. Happy watching, happy listening. So see you next class. Bye everyone.